They really are here all the time, all the time. I have had experiences where I've seen them, not in human form, but in light form. You can sense them. And when you sense them, guys, you are not making it up. Please, please, please understand this. I know that you might feel this way, and it might be hard to shift your belief, but you truly are watched out for, and you are never not alone. I mean, your consciousness is proving that in itself, that something behind the scenes is watching the film of your life. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, and hello if you are new. My name is Andrea Johnson. I am your mystical muse, your manifestation mind, your spiritual inspiration, here to inspire, empower, and teach you how to master your energy. Welcome to Mystical Muse Minds, where we discuss topics to expand our consciousness and improve our lives. Let me grab my coffee. It's Dandy Blend today, guys. It's like 5:30. We ain't having coffee right now. So guys, today we are going to be diving deep into the world of spirit guides. We are going to be talking about what are spirit guides, how to connect with them, and how to interpret the signs in which you are given by your guides. Whether you are brand new to working with your guides, or whether you've been getting intuitive nudges from the universe that it is time to start, or pick your practice back up like said my son. This video is for you. By the end of it, you are going to understand what your guides are, how to begin working with them, and you are going to have the tools in your spiritual toolbox to do so. Grab your coffee and let's dive in. So when I talk about spirit guides, I'm going to talk about this on several different levels of consciousness. Most of you probably think like your ancestors, angels, or maybe intergalactic beings, Pleiadians, or something of that nature. And that is true. Spirit guides are essentially beings without bodies. Spirit guides are just another aspect of you, and they are always with you. And yes, you are always connected to them, and every single person has spirit guides and has a spirit team with you 24/7, all the time that you are connected to. Dependent upon your level of energy and your expansion of consciousness will be which spirit guide shows up for you at that given time. Any spirit guide that you work with will work with you on certain vibrations or certain experiences in your life. And since we are always changing energies as well too, that means our guides are always shifting around us with our energy, right? So you could work with the same guides throughout your entire life. You could have guides come and go for specific things or workings or goals to help you with, or vibrations to embody. Or you could have guides pop in just for one day basically and then peace out. So it all just totally depends upon you, because like I said, your spirit guides are a reflection of your energy. They essentially are you, just a different level of conscious expansion and vibration. So what are these beautiful beings without bodies here to help you do? Essentially just help you with your human experience, whatever that your soul and them, or maybe your higher self, whatever higher aspect of yourself that you want to call in the spiritual world, decided that your soul's purpose was on earth to do, what your human experience was to experience, right? They are here to help you embody it, live it out, however which way that they can. They are just here to help you get into alignment with your highest self, essentially. They're not here to control your life. They're not here to make decisions for you, and it's actually a rule that they cannot make decisions for you. They can only just guide you, hence spirit guide. They cannot override your free will. Let's roll into how they communicate and why they communicate the way that they do, because they do not communicate like us humans. Us humans have a unique way of communicating because we live in the material world, so we get to speak in sounds, whereas our original way of communicating, I truly do believe, in what I believe the Tower of Babylon was about, communicating in energy before we had to start speaking different languages. So this is the way spirit guides communicate with us, is through energy. The material world is, let's just say, a world of illusion, guys. We live in a matrix. It's a hologram, essentially. So we are in the lower realms, and because of that, it's heavy, right? So our spirit guides cannot exist here. We cannot see them. We can just connect to them through our energy. So with our thoughts, with our emotions, with just signs and synchronicities, with feelings, right? That is how we connect with our spirit guides and how they communicate with us. So now you're probably asking, what does this sign mean? How we love our sign signs? That is very unique, honestly, to each individual. And that's probably the number one question I get asked about with spirit guides, besides how to connect with them, is how to interpret the signs and how to assign the signs. You get to pick out whatever signs that is between you and your spirit guide. Most of the time, I'm gonna tell you that you don't necessarily know the sign until it hits you, and it's more of a feeling rather than a physical thing. Now, don't get me wrong, you can straight up ask, universe, spirit guide, whatever, Archangel Michael, give me a sign, make this sign clear as day that I know it is a sign and there's no questioning about it. I've done that before, obviously why I've just said it. And it will happen. It will happen, might not happen in that moment, but essentially you have to let it go and you have to kind of forget about it for then it to happen. Because the more that you're looking for it, the more the universe is like, oh, I'm going to give you more of this not sign that you don't have, right? Because you're signaling that you don't have it. So more about the signs, guys, it's more about the feeling upon whatever comes across in your reality. Because remember, this is a hologram, guys. The material world is just a world of energy manifested in physical form. They're all just vibrations and it can fall away. So everything literally has got to start in the spiritual world. So whatever comes across your screen of reality is not by coincidence. It's truly not, but it is just your assigning of logic and emotion to whatever does come across your screen. So that's where people drive themselves crazy when they ask for a sign, and then they're always like looking around their world, like, where is my sign? But you will literally drive yourself mad if you try to look at everything as a sign, because honestly, guys, everything is fake. Everything is literally a sign if you tell yourself that it is. I've been there. Don't do it. All that psychosis. The greatest signs that you will find from your spirit guides are going to be the ones you either asked for and forgot about, and it hits you like that. And it's almost like an epiphany, an aha moment, a flood of energy surges through you. You get the spiritual goosebumps. That's the signs that truly shift your world, that truly shift reality for you, right? That's the oh shit, that's no mistaking that. Other signs can be where you didn't even ask for one, but obviously either something happened where it shook your reality up so much to kind of make you disassociate, and it was like, okay, I get it, I hear you loud and clear, universe, I need to change my shit, I need to either do XYZ or change direction, whatever. Those are the two kinds of signs in which I feel like are the most reality shifting and can make the biggest changes in your world, because you're more likely to believe it because you feel it, guys. And that's where this all plays out into, is, like I said in the beginning, your spirit guides are just higher aspects of you, essentially. And it's only your level of belief in which you believe, in which you're communicating with them, and you believe in the signs that you're given, how much you will feel and see your spirit guides, and how much you will trust in the signs that they will give you. And I'm just gonna say this, plug in right here, guys. I want to tell you that this is true. That you really are, they really are here all the time. I have had experiences where I've seen them not in human form but in light form. I know where each stands. They literally stand in certain positions around me constantly, because like I said, the material world is not real. So and they're energy bodies, essentially. They're kind of just vibrations and light. At least that's how I was shown them, or some of them were geometric patterns. Maybe it's just me. It's probably just me, because we're each unique pieces or fractals of the divine, but they are here and you can sense them. And when you sense them, guys, you are not making it up. Please, please, please understand this. I know that you might feel this way and it might be hard to shift your belief, but you truly are watched out for, and you are never not alone. I mean, your consciousness is proof in that in itself, that something behind the scenes is watching the film of your life. You, essentially, but a higher aspect of you. All right, moving on. How to connect with your guides. Well, you should know you're always connected to them, but we can lose our conscious awareness of our connection very easily with the happenings around in our world. So, how I started, guys, is not how I connect now. If you're a beginner, you're going to want to make this really intentional. You're going to want to make this sacred, and you're going to want to be by yourself. You're going to want to have a spiritual practice beforehand or meditative practice to help get your brain calm, to help get your central nervous system calm. So then that way you can receive the messages. Because you got to think, guys, if we have all these thoughts going on and our attention is like elsewhere, we are not going to connect with them very well, because our brain is like the antenna. We have got to tune it into the radio station of our guides, right? So if we're busy up in our brains, and we're not going to be able to connect very well, there's going to be a lot of fuzz around it. So you've got to clean out whatever energies that you have to help you just calm the mind and connect to your body and calm your central nervous system as much as you can. You can never defeat the mind, and that is okay, but we can train it, and that takes a little bit of work, and that's okay. And mind you guys, as I'm going through this process to help you begin, if it doesn't work the first time, try again. It's okay. It didn't work the first time for me. Keep trying, because it will eventually. First off, you're going to want to create a sacred space. My altar is my sacred space, and that is essentially where I first met my spirit guides. I have my whole setup here. I did the same thing. I did the sage, did the candles, did the incense. I did it all. I did like a little meditation. Honestly, I did a guided meditation my first time, so there's a little cheat there. It helped me my first time to be able to understand really what connecting with a spirit guide was like, because in my mind, guys, especially in the beginning, you think that they're just going to walk in the room. Our human minds like to expect to see another human or something in physical form, and it's just not that. That's not the communication. You need faith. Because it's energy. We're in this realm for a reason. After the sacred space, you can either do a guided meditation, or you yourself can do a meditation. Just try to quiet the mind as much as you can. Maybe do a couple deep breaths, connect the breath to the body, however which way that you want to get out of your mind and into your body. So then you'll be better able to feel your spirit guide when they communicate, because that is essentially what we're trying to do. We're trying to become hyper aware, basically activate our sixth sense or our psychic senses, which is just your five senses elevated to a spiritual sense, meaning you're just hyper aware of your surroundings. So you're very sensitive to the energies that are already existing around you. So once you have done this, you have to invite them in. And yes, you have to invite them in. They cannot interfere with our free will, or they cannot interfere with our life or make decisions for us without our conscious awareness. So literally ask them to come in. When you ask them, you need to pay attention to the way that you start thinking, to the way the mind is starting to interpret information. You have a narrator in your head, and sometimes that narrator will change voices. Sometimes it changes the way it processes information, as far as like sometimes things go super fast. And I learned this when I connected with other people's energy in Reiki. The way in which my mind was thinking was different from person to person, because I started thinking the way that their mind processes energy. So sometimes it was super fast. Sometimes the voice changed accents. There is also a specific way in which you want to invite them in. You want to invite spirit guides of the highest benevolence, or spirit guides of the highest truth and compassion to come in. And that ensures that whatever is stepping into your field is of that energy and nothing less. So that's how you know that whatever you're feeling, despite what it is that you're feeling, is for your highest benevolence or is of the highest truth, love, and compassion. Besides the thoughts, guys, you're just going to want to pay attention to your five senses. So things that might be coming across in your mind's third eye, which is just your imagination. And guys, you don't make it up, because what is the difference between making it up and imagination and messages? There is none. Just see what messages come across. It's only your level of belief in what you believe is a message or not. So nothing is by chance that comes across, but you have to recognize the energy in which you are in with the messages coming through. So how do you feel when you get these messages? How do you feel when you get certain images? So you will get certain images because you were feeling a certain way. So if you make sure that you are feeling of the highest love, truth, and compassion, you will get images associated with that timeline, right? Or with that spirit guide. communicating with you. So that is important of why we say that, because that is why everything coming through will be in alignment of love and for your highest. Pay attention to the way in which you feel the messages coming through, as far as words, feelings, thoughts, images, even sensations in the body. I have gotten that. That's probably one of the biggest ways in which they love communicating with me, is things will light up inside my body, or vibrations will come over my body. I like spiritual goosebumps, or like I'll get hot and cold in certain parts of my body. I think some of the craziest stuff that I've seen is actual like energetic imprints in like the I don't know how else to describe it other than it's like, you know, those like little shaker things of like if you push it, like there's an imprint of like a hand or something, you take it off. It's like this sand toy thing, I don't even know, but it's like their faces come across in the realm, and I could see it push through, and energy, it's like these little shock waves coming across, and they're pushing through, and I see the outline of the face. It's pretty freaking weird and not very pleasant, but at the same time, like, I didn't feel threatened at all either, but it was a very loud and clear, I'm here. I've gotten like little sparks and shocks in my body, like legit like static electricity pop off, because we are essentially electric beings. That's what the energy is. There's plenty of ways in which they can communicate with you, and you have to trust that whatever is going to come through is going to come through for your highest, and they already know how to communicate with you. Each of us have a unique just communication style and technique with our spirit guides, so what works for me is probably not going to work for you unless we're very similar in energy, or you try to just use the intention to maybe use some of these things, or set the intention to experience some of these things that I've talked about. But you need to be open in which ways that the universe is going to allow the spirit guides to communicate with you. So just be open and try not to have expectations on how the communication is going to come through and what it's going to come through as. This kind of leads me to my next point of how to trust the messages. And if you're trying to force them, guys, if you're trying to look for them, it's going to be really difficult to trust them, because you're holding force around it, you're holding resistance around it, and because you looking for it, or you basically giving the universe rules in which way that you can only receive certain things, is going to be blocking the ways in which you're supposed to be receiving it. The universe doesn't thrive in that type of energy. It likes fun, free flowing energy, and it likes to one up you. So if you think that there's only one specific way to do one thing, or to receive a message, or to manifest one thing, even we'll go that route, it will like to one up you and do you better, because the universe thrives in faith. And how to have faith, guys, is to basically let go of an outcome of what you would like, of how you're going to get said thing that you would like. It's not to say that that thing is not for you. It's just how and which way that you go about receiving it might not be exactly how you think it looks, or it might not even be what you want. Just let go, let flow, and the answers will come to you. And it's a process, guys. It is not as easy as it sounds. It does sound very easy, and essentially it is, but if you're not used to training your brain in that way, it can be hard to let go of ideas or images, or the way that we think we should be doing things, or that we should be receiving things, or going about things, because that is just how the human mind works. It likes to latch on to ideas and end goals, and that's just how the ego keeps us safe, because it's predictable. And because it's predictable, we want predictability, because that means survival. The faith with the openness and the just receiving and the trust, that's scary, because it is a level of vulnerability. It's a level of trust, being okay with the outcome regardless of what it looks like. So that means we're not going to be sure what it's going to look like. And that's all scary to us. That's fear. And that is just our sign in itself to touch base with ourselves, to trust that if we ask for something, we will receive it, because we are worthy of it, that our guides are constantly watching over us, and because we ask, we will receive it. And to just be open to how and whichever ways we do receive it. Now, another thing that has helped me is keeping a journal, guys. Keeping a journal of, your signs, synchronicities, or your experiences even. It's really cool to go back and look at or read over your experiences, because it almost ignites those same experiences within you. It's taking you back to that energy, essentially, of experiences that you've had. How many times can I say experiences? But yeah, it can really help you, and it can help you reconnect if you've fallen out of your practice. So guys, to wrap this video up, I hope it helped you out. If you're struggling to connect with your spirit guides, try a guided meditation. Try, the simple creating a sacred space and connecting with them. But essentially, now that, I've connected with them so many times over the years, and I don't have to connect with them every day, I just know when they come in because I'm familiar with their vibration, with their energy field intermixing with mine, and they feel a certain way for me, and they communicate the same way almost every time. It's just when those new ones come in that I'm just like, who are you? So, but yeah, guys, drop in the comments below if you want me to make a guided meditation to meet your spirit guides, and I will do so, and then I will link it to this video when I do. So I'm sending you guys all my light and all my love. Sat Nam.